if you would have asked me some shit like this a year ago, I wouldn't even be able to like recall some of this shit. Because it's just like, you go through it and you just keep on going. It was something I was doing. I was cleaning my kitchen, right? And I saw a can of beans, dead ass a can of beans, yo. And I had the wildest flashback of when I was like fucking 8 in the trenches. And I'm like, damn.
Grab a cold 'cause it's that cold. Go and grab a cold.
Alright, so this is the first episode of Undergrad Live, and this is where we just talk about art and community and what we're doing, what we're up to, anything, you know. And my name's Conscious Clay. Today we're here with Arvada.
Ryan.
Introduce yourselves.
YTK, you know, we're Arvada Creatives.
Hold up.
Which camera we look at?
Let's redo that.
All right,
You look at that one.
this one. All right,
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, I'm YTK.
I thought we were redoing that shit.
I thought we-
Jump.
Oh, we doing from the jump?
Okay,
Alright,
That was a weird pause. We all just did a crazy pause.
Alright, man, we can start
I
over.
definitely just jumped out. You're like, yeah, my name's YTK.
What you? Oh, I thought you said.
I'm good
you,
with that.
You said we.
I'm good with keeping it like this.
We kept it raw.
I'm good with keeping it super.
All right,
Yeah,
let's because we had a weird pause in there, and I was like, I don't know whether that was gonna be okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
so
not.
You're trying to.
Okay, so, and this is my dog, Dizzy. He's like the low-key mascot of Undergrad. But yeah, if he barks, just ignore his ass.
we'll keep it good.
But yeah, so recently y'all had y'all pop-up.
Yeah.
And I want you to like explain that concept, like of beloved and like just the whole crowdsourced love concept, like how you came up with it and how it turned into the pop up that we all saw.
All right, so essentially, it kind of started off when I was traveling in Lebanon, and there's just a lot of things around me. You'd see all these kind of like advertisements and all this kind of like basically everything around you just like always somehow involved love and stuff, and just kind of wanted to do more things out of that. And I didn't necessarily have the idea of the pop-up or the crowdsource love website or anything like that. Starting off when I was first designing the collection, it kind of came together as I was trying to plan for a future pop-up. I was like, I really want a cool rollout, but I want to tie it into the theme of I don't want to just have like a good strategy to put something out just for making sure that we can put it out in the I don't know. I just wanted to do something that could actually relate to the theme of the collection, and then kind of the way everything came out. Just wanted to do one big kind of drop at one time. And so that's kind of how it didn't really come about in one sitting per se.
Yeah, it was a lot of like premeditation.
Yeah.
But one of the key things that we were talking about is that usually when Arvada throws an event, like it's kind of seen as like niggas who come there don't really see like the clothes as some of the main points. Like usually it's kind of like a party type shit. People come to like turn up and shit. So one of the main points that we tried to like do with this event specifically is like the focus was the clothes. So it's like people were coming through and that was their main like thing they wanted to see type shit.
Yeah.
So that was a big point of that also.
I done shit they said I couldn't, and it's only been a year or two. Getting bacon, no federal, and a flow too impeccable. Gon' tell a surgeon general, methamphetamine medical, better root for the kid. I have to settle a debt or two, and now my shit cold. It's almost like I tried telling you. Yeah, my bitch so bad, she ain't bad, ho, she terrible. For you niggas on my ass, letting up one thing I never do. You pitiful, nigga, eat your minerals. I'm out there beneficial.
Yeah, I definitely like how like this event felt way different than the rest of you guys' events. And all you guys' events are like lit. Like it ends up being like a tight scene. But like, yeah, this one just felt way more like attention to detail. Like, and I appreciated that. Like even like within the clothes and into the construction concept, like it felt like a full experience rather than just like a get together. You know what I mean? Like So, but like what came up with like the concept, the visual concept of the construction, like how'd that come together, and like how's your partnership with like the venue that you guys use come about?
So I guess I'll start with kind of the theme, or actually how basically the French Shoes store, they're having like a combine where they have local brands kind of showcase their work on a month-to-month kind of basis, doing like different installations, and we were kind of selected from that group of people. So it's like they're always going to be cycling in those kind of products in the store, and as well having installations over the next, I'm not sure, year.
So they're gonna keep Arvada in the store. Like,
Yeah, but then
Okay.
then they'll remove the installation, and they'll have our products just kind of in the store scattered
Yeah, that's
around,
dope,
just
though.
with a whole lot of other brands that are awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, the construction theme, that was kind of done out of what could visually go well with the collection itself, not so much like I wanted it to be the theme central focus of, you know, like what the collection means or anything. It's kind of like, what if you saw these clothes, and with the resources that we have, what could possibly match
What's the best case scenario that we could create in like the time period?
Yeah, so it's like we have a deadline, you got this much, you know, on a budget that you got to make at a certain, you know, all that kind of stuff. So having that, keeping that in mind, you know, you could have done a whole lot of other things, right? But it's just like for that space and just for that, you know, amount of time given and resources, that was the best visually like representation of like what the collection could fit and be a part of. I felt so basically the way it worked is like I kind of had the ideas, you know, prior to, I had this plexiglass idea, like having the shirt like enclosed in it and then people could sign it. I had that idea before. I had kind of idea of like enclosing that like that balcony type upstairs. But, you know, it kind of came down mostly to when we got to the thing itself. It's like we sat there and like, all right, like now we got to start planning more so, because it's kind of hard to like plan a venue or like a space out super early on without being hands on. Like we couldn't really go in there early and kind of like work on stuff. So we had to go in and kind of do everything kind of live, you know. So it was definitely a really fun process. It took like 4 to 5 days to do.
So it's like under a week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we didn't do it consecutively for those
Yeah.
days, but we did like on and off, and it was like about 4 or 5 days total.
Right.
So it was really fun to do, which was it was a good experience. This is the first time I ever did something like this. So.
Yeah.
So it was,
Yeah, it's only gonna get crazier. Like that was an event that we didn't necessarily have like 100% control out of. Even though like the guys at For Rent really gave us like a lot of room. When we get like our own, like when we rent out a venue and go full set, it was just kind of like training, which is kind of tough. Like how to really freak a space in like a really cohesive way, which is really tight. So like when we have like events in the future, it was just really tight to have that under our belt. So like now we know what we're getting into as far as like designing a space type shit.
Yeah, I thought it was dope how like it was like, it did seem like it was an enclosed space by itself. it definitely seemed like you guys like used the space in itself like as its own canvas, you know what I mean? Like as
like
designers.
you walked into the store and then you look up, you see the logo. It's like, oh, that's the section up there. It's like, that's where I gotta go.
Exactly. Like, and in this, like, I'll be able to like show some clips and stuff, but like, I want you to like talk about like even like the minutia details in it. Like there's a cool story behind the glasses as well. So I want you to, like, so like, explain like how like how'd you got the glasses, like, and like where that idea even came from.
Yeah, so I mean, I always like to try to bring in different things from like what I do. So I work at a hospital, and so I always see these glasses around. You wear them like when you go into the OR room, they're doing surgeries and stuff. You see everybody wearing these, but like no one really uses it for any other purpose. And so I was like messing around with some markers, and I was like, yo, I need to take these glasses and just put them at the pop-up, because it fits the construction theme. Like it would be really hard if people went up there and it's like this enclosed space and like you can put on these glasses that like you can write your own message on. Because the whole idea was to be more personalized and have a more interactive approach. It wasn't the most interactive thing ever, but it's definitely something that like engaged people, and everybody walked out that pop-up with those glasses. They went to the next party with those glasses. People still have the glasses. People still, you know, so it's a very quick thing to do, and it was very accessible to me, and it comes from something that I normally do on a day-to-day basis, and I'm happy it came out the way it did. I wasn't expecting everyone to go that crazy for him. Like people actually really, really like those. Like
exactly. That's
really
why I felt like when you told me about it.
Yeah, I was like,
everybody started wearing them. You told me that you like stole them from work, but like I was like, yo, like everybody's wearing these glasses. Like everybody's writing a different message on it, like something about love, about you know what I mean? Like, and it was like it was really dope to see like. Just like get to know where it started from. But like,
nobody really knew except for you. I was just telling you, like you were just asking me.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's kind of funny how that came out. It was definitely ran out like by the second day, like halfway through, we're like, fuck, we have no more.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So how long is the pop-up supposed to stay though?
February 1st. So it's coming up. It's like what? Saturday? Friday? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
yeah.
I was about to say a week from now. No, it's I think it was supposed to get extended. I'm not sure whether that's something they're gonna do. But I guess they didn't extend it.
Yes, I guess they didn't.
Nah, but we gotta clean up and do all that kind of stuff. So
I forgot about that. That's trash.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, I feel you. But like the details in the clothing, like the stitching and everything. Like what led you to like even being so abstract with like the details and being like super like obsessive about the stitching and stuff like that? Because I know that's hard. Like everybody typically like go on like those websites and like just puts a logo on it like on a t-shirt and then they sell the joint. You know what I mean? Like,
no, attention to details is the basis of the whole creative like process. Like you can't really, it's not a process if you're just doing the same thing over. You just put the same logo, you're just doing the same old design scheme. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just gotta be, the details is something that sets it apart from everything else. Like it could be, it doesn't even have to be like locally, like I'm just saying in general, like when you create stuff, you have to really pay attention to the details because that's what people are gonna find out. Like that's what everyone's talking about this time. They know, you know, they're all talking about the detail, but they're not necessarily talking about anything big per se. I mean, like, okay, yeah, you like the design, but like all the details around is what's really capturing everybody.
Yeah.
And people like to buy something, they like to have something, or even know of something that has a lot of care into it, or that, you know, it's like, oh, this was really thought out, you know.
That's 100%. It's kind of like the same with when I dropped that video, Rose Throat. Everybody was like, well, the detail is crazy, because that's really what makes the art yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're just doing like what you see other people doing, or kind of just like making something half-assed, then it's not going to be like quality.
Yeah.
And the quality is when you really put yourself into it and really get meticulous.
Yeah, so speaking about your music, like you have an album coming out soon.
Little EP dropping soon, you know what I'm saying?
Real soon.
So like what's that called, and like what's that about? Because I know you've been working like endlessly a lot. So like so to have like an EP.
It's been a year.
It's been a minute. I've been dunked off with it. But it's called Berea. And that's actually a neighborhood, one of the neighborhoods I grew up in, East Baltimore. And like when I lived there, it was just really, in retrospect, it's really interesting about like how like key living there was to the shit I do now, the way I act now, the type of music I make now. Cause it's like, looking back, I was just going through it. You know, I was just living in those times, but now looking back, it was just super key going through all the shit I went through. And I was just like, I'm not gonna say you're gonna hear it in the EP, because I tell stories in really weird ways. So like, but you're gonna hear the detail. If like we were just talking about, you're gonna hear the details.
It's not really, I feel like it's not like a storytelling album, but like it definitely gives you what you need to know.
Yeah. Cause like I feel like the way I rap, I'm not like, maybe one track I'll stay on like one kind of topic and I'll explicitly tell a story. But then like I just rap weird. I don't even know how to
I feel you, because like your wordplay is so like intricate.
Yeah.
And like you can tell that you like you're the type of person that like spends like an hour on a bar type
real shit.
So like that's like
he kind of jumps from topic to topic, but he's still carrying the other topics. So
yeah, like it's all on
he's
one
kind of
day.
just like, it's
exactly.
like he's not just like going all over the place, but he's kind of just going from one thing to another. while keeping everything on him, so you know that he's still like there's all these things still there. Kind of, it's just like I don't know. It's that's
It's like I try to talk
scheme.
about experiences in a more broad sense than try to tell one story in one sitting kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's like the imagery can connect to like so many
That's
different
exactly
things
what
as well,
it is.
so.
And like I don't really like being too specific when I rap because there's only 3 or 4 ways you can interpret a solid cuts like story. But then if you really give people kind of a more broad sense, they can relate it easier to their lives and shit, or like shit they've been through. Or like I just feel like because that's one of my favorite writers, Frank Ocean. He does that. He'll tell like a really explicit story, but he'll never like be like, I walked out of the house, got in my car. Like he'll just say Toyota 95, and you'll be like, damn. And then like you'll kind of
gives you the vibe. Like that's exactly, and it's to add kind of to the whole talk about the EPs. Like he never brought up the neighborhood throughout our whole friendship. And
You
then
feel
like
me?
finally like when he's like, oh yeah, like I mean of course I've heard the EP in the making, but like when the concept came down with the name and everything, he was just like, yeah, so it's like this neighborhood and like East Baltimore, grew up in, and then it's like this whole new chapter of like this person. You're like, oh shit, because like he'll talk about it, but like it's kind of interesting how finally it's like, all right guys, this is my past type shit. Like,
it's kind of
That's interesting. So you like so you still hold it in until you get to write it out, until you get to express it.
honestly,
in your way.
like
Yeah,
as a
that's
person, I'm really not super like. I want to say expressive, but I'm not super like, I'm not just gonna like really rant on about like my past. Like it'll be like one thing that happened, I'm like, yo, that reminds me of when I was like, never mind. I'll do a lot of never mind shit. I'll be like, never mind. But it'll just be like some little quick. I'll be like, damn, when I was 8, this happened. Or then when I was like 7, that happened. And then I'll just,
Yeah, it gotta be in the like sense of the conversation. But like people rarely have like deep ass conversations
Real
anyway
shit.
to like even just
Hell
throw out some
life changing, like no trauma. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, right.
That's how I felt at the pop.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
we were doing this artist talk, and I was, it was like a question answer, like interview type thing. And so I was at the store, and there was the moderator Tyler. She was asking me, about the past and stuff. And so I've been in like 2 wars in Lebanon, and so she was asking me about it. And I just was so casual about it. But like I was just talking about like, bombs and this and that and like airstrikes. Everyone's just looking at me like, oh, what the
Niggas
fuck?
was like,
They were like,
Yeah.
But I felt like some people were like, he's bullshitting, like he's just exaggerating. But I was like, for real.
It was real out there.
Yeah, but that was just kind of going what he was saying. Like you can't really say, like it's real rare that somebody's just gonna stand up on stage and be comfortable saying those things in the most casual
like
way.
I'm just now getting to like a stage, even in like my personal relationships, getting to a stage where I'm like cool with like even talking about shit like that, which is kind of like why the EP is kind of like a step, because I'm just now getting to. It's kind of not even talking about it, even thinking about it. Like growing up, like up until like if you would have asked me some shit like this a year ago, I wouldn't even be able to like recall some of this shit, because it's just like. You go through it, and you just keep on going, type shit. And then like here
it comes up different.
I'm like, damn, like it's been like, all right, here's a really great example that hit me like last month. It was something I was doing. I was cleaning my kitchen, right? And I saw a can of beans, dead ass a can of beans, yo. And I had the wildest flashback of when I was like fucking 8 in the trenches. And I'm like, damn. And it was like shit I didn't even know how I even went through until I saw I'm fucking 19 years old in my own house looking at a can of beans like, what the fuck is going on? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I definitely like
that shit is wild.
Yeah, sometimes like that shit like it doesn't stick to your conscious. Like,
like
it'll go to your subconscious and like
you keep going and then one day out of nowhere it's like
exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pretty crazy stuff.
So but like how many tracks do you feel like you made that led you to the way of like what's now Berea? Like, you know what I mean? Or are you still? How much are you still even working on it? Like,
it's finished.
It's done. All right.
It's finished.
So you're just sitting on it. But yeah, how long do you feel like it took you to even produce it? Or to come around to what is that now?
I would say the time span it took was about. I made the whole EP when it was cold out, so it had to be like maybe 5-6 months that I really actually started working on the EP, and now it's finished. So it had to be about 5-6 months for real. But I didn't know I was gonna make that project when I started making it. Like I just told myself, this is like I was talking to Ryan. I'm like, all right, it's time to sit down and really make an EP, which is crazy because when we were talking about like the timeline of it all, I was like, yo, I'm trying to have it out by like spring, February, and he was like, all right, sounds good. But then like when I was making it, it didn't feel like I was gonna make it. Like I felt like it was gonna take a lot longer, and then out of nowhere, I just kind of wrapped it up. But when I was making it, I didn't know it was gonna be Berea. Like I sat down, locked myself in, was like, all right, let's make some tracks. Make these tracks out of like bulk, cut them down type shit. And I'm making them, and it's sounding like, in my head, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm rapping about certain topics. I'm catching certain pockets, certain vibes, and I'm like, okay, I know what the ballpark of this is about to be. And then by the time I have at least the ideas for all the tracks that are gonna be on Berea, I'm like, this is what this feels like. So now I just kind of named, in my head, I knew it was gonna be like at least something relating to that time period in my life. And then the name Berea just kind of came up, and it was like, wow, perfect, that's the one. And
It's over the phone.
Yeah.
We were on the phone, and he was like, oh,
hell yeah.
wait, hold up, I'll text you. All right, hold up.
Right, hold
That was
up.
like one of those cool moments where like you're on the phone just brainstorming shit. We were talking about like some other shit.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, pause. Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
And like, it was that cool moment.
Yeah, just give me another one back. Yeah, no, I'm on some shit, huh? I'm on some shit, huh? Yeah. You got your issues, I got tissues, and this Hennessy. Most of my problems drowned in liquor. I can't smoke no weed. I would if I could, but that leave through up anxiety. Yeah, you got your issues, I got tissues, and this Hennessy. You got your issues, I got tissues, and this Hennessy. Most of my problems drowned in liquor. I can't smoke no weed. I would if I could, but that leave through up anxiety. You got your issues, I got tissues, and this Hennessy.
Yeah, so that's real interesting because, like, I know you mainly do fashion and you mainly do music, but, like, you guys have, like, a lot of influence on...
We do bounce ideas crazy.
So, like, how does that...
I mean,
Like,
so we
how
kind
do you
of...
feel like you influence his music, and how do you feel like you influence the fashion?
It's like,
kind of one, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it really is.
Because I be doing music stuff with him, and then, you know, he does some things with, like it's just a real interesting
So you, like,
relationship.
play keys a little bit? Or,
No, not
you
like
just be,
that.
like,
I do
A&R and, like, on the, like...
Yeah, like
yeah,
that type of
basically.
shit.
Like, yo,
A&R, like,
when I'm making music, Ryan's the first nigga I send it to after, like, I feel like it needs to be heard by somebody else. Because he's like, because he knows, like, what my vision is when it comes to music, and he also gives like the consumer ear to shit. So it's like, oh, he doesn't know, like, he was like, oh, this has too much treble. He was like, it's a little high. I'll be like, all right, bet, so I need to mix
Yo,
that.
you guys should see how
right?
you guys should see how I describe mixing stuff to him.
Yo, but it makes sense. Like, he said
it sounds like you're in
on one of these tracks. He was like, you sound like you far away. I was like, oh, I need to mix that up then. I need to, you know what I'm saying?
I remember once I was like, it sounds like you're in a different room, but like it's close to you. But I was just like saying
Right.
different shit to him.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, it sounds like you halfway
word.
in a radio right now, bro. I'll be like, oh, damn. And then I'll know what he's talking about.
Yeah, because that helps, like, to have somebody who don't know music to, like,
It's
kind of
big
give
key.
you some,
Yeah.
like,
But we
ear-
kind of, and then like we kind of just bounce off ideas about, you know, rolling out how we're gonna do everything. You know, networking with people. That's just kind of something we both do.
Type shit. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's really it's just
We
kinda
really
like
damn near talk about every small decision that Arvada is making at any given point in time. And it's not even like we'll have business calls. Like, we'll just be doing something like
hooping.
hoop or some shit and be like, yo,
You
so
really
I don't
give my
know if we
leg a
should hit
break.
this show tonight type shit, bitch. But I don't know for real if we should really, like, yeah, we'll just be talking about, like, at any given point in time, no matter what we're doing. Hell yeah.
So it keeps it fun.
Yeah.
Less like it's different when you meet up for business
Hell yeah.
and then like you go home and then you know you link back up when you gotta work on something and then you go home and then you come back like
Yeah, exactly.
or like you only text somebody like, oh, all right, I'll email this. All right, cool. What's this sound like? Versus like having a good friend relationship. Like
Shit just works
that's
a lot
how
smoothly.
you
Yeah.
shouldn't just like meet. You shouldn't meet somebody strictly for. I mean, there's certain cases, but like it's a good separation kind of between like, all right, this person I trust, make my decisions with, trust their opinion versus somebody that's just gonna get you somewhere, you know. So it's kind of like you gotta have
more
that
natural, like in the place where
it's
you
not
would
fun,
have the best ideas.
No one would have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all hanging out with each other when you're having your best ideas.
Like, you wouldn't make an album having fun if it wasn't, you are not around people that you want to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I couldn't make, it's just a lot of, you gotta have friends, bro.
That is a really great point, though. We really do be brainstorming and having some fire ass ideas whenever we're like playing 2K or out or just doing some stupid shit. Be like, yo, all right, look. Pants, right? But you unzip them at the knee. like, and I feel like that's almost exactly how that shit happened, bro.
Like design shit like that, like stuff that nobody would think about. Because I've never seen some shit like somebody zipping in their pants at the knee. Yeah. But like it's half genius.
That concept's been around with the zipper like right here, but I haven't seen it done where like you reverse the bottom and get a different color, and you know what I'm saying? It's blue and white, and you can flip it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like reversible on the bottom. I just thought, I was like, that's pretty. I don't know, y'all slept on that. I mean, they ate it up. Everyone ate it up. Like, everyone got it. It's sold out. But I'm saying people definitely slept on that innovative touch. I think it's a small detail, but it took a minute to get that done because it had to get the right zipper and shit. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I feel you. Stuff like that, you feel like gets underlooked because it doesn't like. It's harder for you to produce a lot of them for them to get that, or
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of because I don't really. I think my approach to this type of stuff is to make sure everyone has it more so. Versus, I'm not really. I say, oh, y'all slept on it, but like, I don't. I mean, as long as everyone has it, you know what I'm saying. I want everyone that wants to get it, and like. It's out there, it's in different states. It's in different, it's really cool to see that,
Yeah.
So, because we did that at the New York pop-up, came here, did another one, sold it here, and then people like all over the internet bought shit. So it's also it's really fun. That's like my goal with this type of stuff is like, as far as the clothes is concerned, I mean, music is the same thing, but if you're just gonna ask me about clothes, like if you want to have it, you can get it. Of course, you want to have it a little bit limited. You want it to be kind of a special item. That's why, it's kind of rare that we do any kind of restock or anything. But I think it's really important to just make sure that people can get what they want to get. We're going to restock the pants.
This nigga with the he be blowing me with the restocks, bro. We be arguing about this consistently, bro. Niggas would be like, yo, when y'all restocking on yo? He's like, we don't do restocks in order to maintain exclusivity. I'm like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
I mean, he has a point, but he also doesn't. It's
so you don't like the exclusivity, but you
Bro, I like exclusivity to a point, bro. Yeah. If we got a banger, nigga, we need to keep making the banger. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we should get
exclusive. It's like if IHOP like fucking said, no pancakes,
bro. That's like when niggas switch to burgers. Like,
exactly.
Hell yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's definitely like
especially seeing as though we don't do that with every piece. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if we got, say, I don't know, no Harbor hoodies, just for say, I don't even know, maybe. Like, yo, if we had OD&M, and then that would really just enable us to A, get more bread, B, more bread, more exclusive pieces, more eyes. I don't even, it just makes sense. I don't even, I be feeling like, I don't even be able to explain it.
But I'm gonna do the pants again. Different color. Different color though.
And that's what I'm saying. That shit would be hard if we restock.
I gotta do it every once in a while. Yeah, I don't want to do it too like, you don't want to drop something and then like 2 months later, like, hey, yo, restock for those that couldn't get it. It's like, you gotta wait. Give it a year, give it 8 months, give it like, give it some or like give it some time to kind of like let it archive, let it be like, damn, I missed them. Like,
to a point though, I do agree with the whole, it's a balance of presence and absence. You know what I'm saying? So like when niggas see it sold out, they want it more, and niggas blah blah blah. So then you gotta balance that by not letting that point oversaturate. And they're like, it's never coming back.
And then that's why when people really appreciate when we drop like clothes and stuff, because it's like you can't have it too often. You can't. What I'm saying. Last time we did something was in July. Yeah. So July until now, that's a good 4 or 5 months.
And the look is completely different.
Yeah, but it's refreshing. It like you're like, oh shit, like it's not like it's like. oh, what they gonna drop next? Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, like, that's
I feel you.
legitimately. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot
Versus,
of
like someone's like, yo,
Damn.
like, yo, this is crazy
Yeah.
pictures, and oh my god, I can't. And people still text me like, yo, man, this shit was fucking. I've been wearing it, bro. It fucking feels crazy going to class, bro. This shit hard.
yeah.
Yo, I can't, yo.
That brings back to the details, bro. The
I'm
details.
wearing this first
Exactly.
shoot, bro. I'm gonna put this in my music video, bro. I'm gonna do this. It's just shit like that. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Nah, that's dope because like
it's not an in-home shirt. You don't just wear like, damn. I guess I'll just wear this shirt at
the crib.
When I'm going out, like
Right.
here we go. I'm gonna put this shit
Step
on.
out.
exactly. Because like that's why like I think exclusivity turns into a gimmick when it's not like attention to detail.
Yeah,
like, when it's
of course.
not like because
Not that exclusive at that
because like
point. You're just
Supreme,
gonna
like I feel like
That's what I was
Supreme
about to
does like
say.
exclusivity all the time, but it's only because they're like putting it on Haim shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're like doing the same shit over
I
and
think
over
forgetting
again.
to
Like
do
we
Haim
talked
shirts.
about.
It's really.
I mean, I don't know that for a
I
fact.
feel like Supreme
you know what I'm saying?
Gilda
But it's
I
like
feel like Supreme can only do like if we're gonna be talking about. I feel like you can't. I don't want to see anybody wearing a Supreme shirt, but I want to see you wearing some like Supreme. That's like a
Like a
jacket,
Supreme
Mhm.
a
vest,
duffel.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like
Yeah.
something that's like where like that product is actually really good
Like
quality.
the brick. If I see a nigga walking around with a Supreme brick, I'm gonna feel better than if he was wearing a Supreme t-shirt.
Right? Because that's a
'Cause that's
fucking
an item.
brick.
That's
yeah.
an item, nigga.
Like they had to,
The brick,
they had
though?
to
That's an
mold,
item.
like they had to mold it. You know what I'm saying? They had to
Yeah,
make
just
the
like
brick.
from the
They didn't use-
manufacturing standpoint,
they didn't use-
it's more
I don't-
noble than a.
when I saw it, it looked like somebody like could
Yo.
spray paint Supreme on the
Right,
side of a
right,
brick.
right,
you know?
it was like
but-
it was
but-
embossed. It had like
Right, listen.
engravings
So
and shit.
it's like
Okay,
it's like,
okay.
but either but
so you make the cement these.
Yeah, like it was.
Yeah, like
they
either
just had a template for that. And
Yeah.
it's
filled
not
in
even
the-
it's either they engraved it or like but regardless it's not like a blank.
It's not
like,
it's
yo,
like
you
they
went to
didn't buy
Walmart.
like wholesale bricks and just did like a
Right.
heat
Yeah.
press on that joint. Like
Yeah.
that took a lot of manufacturing time. So when you
Feel me.
when you wear some crazy Supreme shit or any Bape or something unique and like detail oriented quality, that's tough. But if you're wearing like a shirt, it's like that's kind of like how I want to take some approaches like I don't want to just do shirts and hoodies and just like this is my template that I have this like 10 by 15 area to do this design. I can't go beyond here and I can't go below here. I can only do this dimension and like I can only do up to 4 colors, and if you can't, it's like damn, I gotta go back to my design and change it to 2 colors and not 4. So I don't. It's
So
just
you
like
gotta pay
that's
too much.
yeah, it's like
right.
for a shirt. So it's like like with this stuff, it's like you have a long sleeve t-shirt, right? But it's not like a cotton it's not like a normal cotton t-shirt where it's like real flimsy thin. Like it's like a jersey.
like a weighted.
Yeah, it's the
kinda-
kind of it's heavy, you know what I'm saying? Same with the hoodie, it's like a heavy, it's more fabric, it just feel better.
Exactly.
And it's like it kind of replaces whatever hoodie you were wearing before, because it's like you could wear something that's like, oh, this that's a hoodie, it's hard, the design's cool, but then when you wear a whole hoodie that's a different fabric and it hits and it weighs different on you, it feels different.
I was about to say it hit different.
I was about to say
it hit different. And it just ooh.
because sometimes you can't explain. You're like, that shit just hit different.
It just be hitting different, bro.
Nah, it's funny though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the approach for that.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a thing. Like, it's design wise. If you look from like one our earlier pieces to our newer pieces, like you kind of see that it's not shapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, say you look at a kind of like a t-shirt like this one. No shape, but it's just like it's kind of only like it's gonna be a square that things are in. But if you look at our shit, it's like there's a part right here and right here. Like it's not like a piece of square paper that you had to put on that joint. That's
Yeah, it's
just
not
because,
like the average screen print.
Exactly.
It took
exactly.
Yeah, I mean the
time.
design. Yeah, I mean that was the point of having that pocket on the black long sleeve. It's like there's a pocket and there's a print over it,
Over
Mhm.
and
and
then
there's
like the embossment on
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the wing and in front behind. It's just
It's a lot of
getting
layers.
crazy.
If I had it on me right now, I think it's in the car. But it's like there's like I call it like a braille print, but it's like a little 3D puff of the beloved. It's like it's not just a flat print. It's like
Exactly.
you can actually feel the textures to it, and there's a part of the Cupid and Psyche like structure. It's like when it overlaps the braille, it kind of like there's no puff there. It's just little details like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Crazy stuff.
And that shit is like, it's actually like punk, like, but in a modern way. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's like, you got like, it's like legitimately breaking the rules, like drawing
Right.
outside the lines.
That was the purpose. I'm glad you said it. It's like I wanted to take a really unstructured, like, you know, I remember I sent the back design for the hoodie to someone, and they were like, "Yo, I don't know, it just looks really disorganized." And da da da. Like, I don't know why this is down here and this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does it say it's never safe to talk about love, but then like about love is under it on the line, but to the right. Like it's like 2 lines, but then part of it's to the, like it's just like that. Like
the manufacturer was like, "Bro, you did."
No, it was
Put
my
the
friend.
format off?
My friend. You know, my friend was like, "Yo, I don't know about this. This looks weird and mad. You know, unstructured." But the point is like, I wanted that shit to look weird in the back, so you can just walk around. I don't know. When I like try to design, I try to think about like someone wearing it and how they would like walk around and kind of like how it would look on them. Like, what's the right design that could really like. When you're walking around like the metro, like or like you're at the New York subway, like walking around, like what kind of hoodie? Because anywhere I'm out, I like look at what people are wearing.
Yeah,
I try to like take it in. I want to see like if I see someone, I could see someone wearing like some business type looks, and then I'll see somebody in New York wearing some crazy fit, and I kind of like try to piece things together. That's like kind of the Beloved tee is like has a little. It looks kind of clean cut, but it's also edgy and like you said, like kind of that punk look. So. I try to get a lot of info from a lot of shit that I see.
Yeah, I feel you. Because like definitely when you walk around and you see like different people's clothes, like I can definitely see how every time Arvada has something that would, like make it stand out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll just be something.
Them pants will stick out, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like just something a little bit different.
Like
that'll
the
make
color,
you be like, whoa, what are they wearing? Like what? Like
Yo, when I first made the pants, I thought they were hard. Then I remember I got like my sample and I was like, oh, I don't know about these. And then I was like, never mind.
Listen.
Hard. Yeah, it definitely took me some time to like, because sometimes you got to sometimes when you like get out of your comfort zone, you kind of like, that was part of the concept of that collection. It's like, yeah, you just sit there like, damn, I don't even know if this is hard.
Hell yeah. Especially, creating in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Is one of the biggest things that'll really just be like, it'll make your shit a lot harder, but then while you're doing that, you'll be like, is it even fucking hard? And then you'll share it and be like, oh, it was.
Because the only time you start
with clothes, it's kind of a risk with clothes because you get that done and then you got to put it out and you're like, will people like this or not? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like pre-order. Like I don't like doing that stuff. It's like
facts.
But like, imagine if like you put out a collection and no one likes it. Like imagine you make like 50 pieces and everyone's like,
you just got a bunch of Christmas gifts.
Yeah, bro, everyone's like, I don't know about that one, bro. It's like,
this is why I was talking to you on some real business, me and you shit. This is why and I feel like I talked to you about it, but it's like I didn't want to go on a crazy ass press run for the EP because if niggas didn't like it. And I'm like, yo, I went on this crazy ass press run. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be hard. And then I drop it and niggas is like, phew. I'm gonna be like, damn. You feel me? I put my whole shit.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I was on Fader, but everyone hates the CP.
Right, exactly. Like, yo, I get everybody.
I think that's different from music though. Like, I think it definitely works out. Like, like people. I think like the hype adds to it. Like,
it does, 100%. Like, and that's kind of something that had to come to my mind. Too.
Yeah, the hype will get it, but like clothes people are like, I'm not copping that.
Right, bro. With clothes, nobody's gonna come back to it and be like, it's a deep cut. Or I just heard like niggas gonna be like,
had the wear on you. Like, it's not a shirt that wears on you.
It's not gonna grow, bro. If niggas don't like it, you just die, bro.
Yeah, that's why like sometimes before I drop something, I'll be kind of a little. Not nervous, but you just kind of like,
nervous, bro.
You be nervous.
That's good though.
It's a good nerve. It's not a bad. It's just like, damn, is this actually gonna go well?
Yeah,
like,
right.
And in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, yo. A big thing for me as an artist growing is like, recently is just like not taking in suggestions, but like not like kind of putting my opinion first. That's kind of like
for certain because you have the expertise in what you're doing.
Yeah,
is
that's
big
why,
key.
Yeah. So it was very good kind of like phase I had to get through.
But also you really gotta just be like, it's a balance of that shit.
Yeah.
Because like you could get too much in your bag and really just make some just you shit. Like really tailor to just yourself. And it could be completely unrelatable to anybody else.
Yep.
But then like you gotta hear people's like be like, okay, I'm taking that. You gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's a good balance.
Yeah, I feel you. And I feel like if you're not nervous, like after, like before dropping something like brand new, then it's
You're
like
not really-
it's
you're
not,
not really about
yeah,
it, you know?
exactly.
Like,
It's
you're not
not
passionate,
far
you're not
enough
really-
from the
yeah.
last thing.
You don't got
It's
no
a little
skin in
too
the
safe.
game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
exactly.
not
really
afraid
have
to
that
do something.
nervousness, you gotta be passionate. Like, you gotta love the shit you're doing. Because if you're not, then you're just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, and you gotta know that you're doing something that's different. That's
Yeah,
not safe.
100%. Yeah.
Like that's what makes you get.
Yeah,
like,
'cause I
question
say
yourself,
this
'cause, like
all
I've
the
never
time.
seen this shit before.
Exactly.
Like,
Because if you
I've
know
never heard
already,
anything that sounds
niggas
like
already
this
like
before.
it, you're gonna be like,
Right. I know this shit. That's
Yeah.
why, that's kind of why, like, the when we talk about, like, the horror hoodies, that's kind of why, like, it's like, yo, that whole evil, like, cartoon, you know, cover thing, like, a lot of people, it's just like, it's kind of the same with music. It's like when people, you can, like, he could make the same type of shit you hear all the time and make it, like, people be like, yo, that's hard, you know what I'm saying? But, like,
Yeah.
I could drop a collection that's like, it
but
could
like I'm
sell
saying,
like
it's the
that.
balance.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Yeah.
the balance.
So it's
bro.
a good
It's-
balance.
you can't overdo it, but like I said, we're not gonna do every piece, nigga.
Yeah.
But it's the balance, bro.
Mhm. But like for music, like I feel like you can do something. You can go on a whole press run
Right.
and be like, and drop something that nobody else relates to,
Mhm.
and then you can be like, oh shit, all right, I would drop some other shit.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
like, I got this too. I got it.
Yeah, exactly. You could drop some more shit and then give context to it, like,
Right, and then
it's
niggas to come back. And
yeah, and
listen.
people will come back to it and be like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? Because you can drop a feel like that, and like
That's what I'm
That's-
you
saying.
know what I mean?
But wanna know how we do it, you niggas might think that I'm stupid, yeah. Don't make me you sure the music, no telling how easy I do it, yeah. The way that you niggas is moving, I see that you niggas ain't moving, yeah. Just step out the way when I'm grooving, or we shooting like it's a movie, yeah. Forward don't know how we do it, you niggas must think that I'm stupid, yeah. Don't make me you sure the music, no telling how easy I do it, yeah. The way that you niggas is moving, I see that you niggas ain't moving, yeah. Just step out the way when I'm grooving, or we shooting like it's a movie, yeah. I don't really need reliance, so I wanna be, hold a feature silent, gotta eat the beat, you wanna be surviving, can't beat the team, don't speak to Ryan, don't speak to Chine, don't hit the A, cause I guarantee that clip hit your face, you better come correct, a nigga do the race, and it's real estate, I put you in your place, goddamn, you know.
That's
Yo.
exactly what, yeah. That's the conversation we had. He wanted to get those kind of tracks out early.
That's exactly what
I
I
was
was
like,
saying.
I'm gonna make some hype shit, and then never kind of really do it too much. And
Yeah.
then, like, that way you guys know I could do this type of music.
Mhm.
That was actually
Later,
the
you
exact
know?
conversation we had. I was finna drop a whole EP and shit like that, and then, but that was gonna be like almost in succession with this one. Like, it was gonna be like this EP, barely any press run on it, just for like the deep cut shit. EP, they listen to that, they hear this, and like, oh damn, when he gonna rap like that again? But I'm never. You know what I'm saying? Like, just on some shit where I was thinking about like how to go about branding my image and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel you. Cause like when you
100.
drop it like that, or like somewhere around that time, like when you let me hear it,
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
It was like, oh.
cause you was like, yo, I'm about to go in on this
Right,
shit.
hell yeah.
And, like we was talking about doing the video and shit, but
Mhm.
it's just like, yeah, I could tell you were like,
I was kind of.
I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So it's like it's not
That's-
something that I'm super uncomfortable with doing, but it's just like
you don't want to
It
take the
doesn't
easy
sound
route.
the
like
nobility in the art is basically what
Yeah.
I'm coming down
It's
to.
also
like,
just not his like
I do like, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I have fun making that music.
Curse fool.
Damn.
I just switched the cover.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Is that one still rolling? We still get the.
Yeah, it's still good.
All right. Yeah. Like what was I saying? Like I still do. I love making that kind of music.
Right.
And you know I can, but it's just like, how can I be the most true with the art type shit? Like, that's how I can tell the best stories, is when I'm doing shit like this, is how can I really fulfill myself and kind of be like, not the balance of it all, like not be too relatable, not give niggas exactly what they want, but still give them what I want to give them type shit. That's basically where my head is at with all that. But I do fucking love rapping on an 808, catching a good pocket, feeling hype type shit, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it just ain't what you need to do as an artist.
Don't hit different.
It don't hit different. It hit the same.
Yeah. Cause I feel like for you, you can do the shit that everybody else is doing and
Uh-huh.
outdo them easily.
Bro.
So it's just
So
like
easy,
that's
bro.
it's
There's a few
it's like an
tracks.
easy
There's
bag
a few
for you.
tracks
Yeah.
that are crazy. Like he has a few tracks that are like crazy. Just
And I just got him
Hype
hyped up,
and
you
just-
know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I could, like you
And
said,
it
I
could
could
bump at a party,
Exactly.
but it's like it's
easily
not
do it, but it's not my vibe. It's not something I'm really trying to.
like imagine you hear his song at a party like real hype, and then you look at the corner and he's just like
Yo, because like
chilling.
it's
Because his whole
literally
vibe is
that's
like he's
not
just like,
my personality.
Yeah,
Like,
but even on those songs, you can tell that that's not
Yeah,
your
real
personality.
shit, like, yo.
on feel like that. You can be
tell I'm
like,
really
yo,
like,
this nigga, it's a hard ass beat, and this
Right.
nigga is like,
feel like that. Feel like that. And so-
like you just chill like on this.
That's just how I can't hide that. And that's what I
Exactly,
really
but like
do,
that's
you know
what makes that shit so fly. Like,
he just has to say,
yeah, he just want attention.
Hell yeah. But it's shit like that where it's like I'm sometimes about like going on stage. Like I know I'm not the type nigga to like whole 30-minute set and fuck around and be
Pick him up.
fuck around and gotcha. Like jump on stage, throw a water bottle, and like like I might do that for maybe one song where I catch a vibe and like that's genuinely how I feel. But I know I'm not gonna hop up stage genuinely feeling that way. I'm gonna just always like hop on with a like kind of calm kind of vibe, and I feel like it's just real important to be super genuine with your music from start to finish, A to B. Like when it comes to videos, when it comes to the track itself, performances, anything, I feel like you just have to keep it a stack. Cause when niggas is not who they say they are in their music, I don't care how well versed you are in the industry, you can tell. You really can tell. Like niggas like, I'm not gonna do niggas like, but you can tell. You can really tell when the vibe is off.
Also, like if you meet, like let's say you listen to an artist, you love him, right, and you meet him in person. Do you like, and if they're not on the same, if they're not true to themselves, like even in person, like there's a lot of stories I hear about people like, yo, I finally met
What's the name?
this person that's
Right.
like huge, and like, but I didn't fucking like him, or like he's not even like he wasn't, and it's like
Right.
so, and it sounds so
Expectations.
disappointing though. Like
Yeah.
yo, if you were just true to yourself, people wouldn't be so disappointed. Like,
Exactly.
for real. Like,
People
it's
probably
crazy.
fuck with you more because
Yeah.
like they can sense your realness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Since you're coming from like a place of real, like the video Rose though, it was kind of like it was all real shit. Like it wasn't like it was nothing that I fucking bought that I
Yeah.
like
he didn't do
brought
anything
in.
extra.
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
He used all
I
this
just
shit from his
told-
house.
Like if you look at it, it's on paper, the video Rose though is me chilling at the crib. But the way I visually tell the story is like it's interesting and it's real. But it's kind of like I just gave it that flavor, but it's still at the core what I really be doing. Like it's just real, and I feel like that's super super important.
Chilling on the porch, me and Kush in the back talking.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's just like raw angles of
Raw,
that
and
shit.
you feel
like,
me? Yeah, exactly.
Like, so it makes it seem like a whole different experience. Like it doesn't feel regular, but like
exactly, but it's really
it's
just
regular
real.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's super important.
Yeah, I just love that about you guys. Like you guys always pay attention to details and authenticity. Like,
That's the biggest thing.
yeah. And I feel like we could talk for hours, but like
Real shit.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
After that last SD card died, I don't know how much time we got.
We'll have to do
But-
part 2
Yeah,
next
for sure.
time we do something.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get back together. Like we gonna keep talking, but like
You feel me?
that's the end of the
That's the
podcast.
end of the
Thank you guys.
podcast, of course.
Nice being here.
All right, thanks.
I think
Cut.
I'm genius. It's been a degenerate opposite heaven sent. I think the elephant in the room don't need a dress. In my heart, on my sleeve, in my team, on my chest, and a 697. Letters on the logo, nigga, you don't want beef, so child, no fogo. Whoa, I know the medium rare. Fuck on your bitch while I'm feeding my ferret, yeah.